Hey guys, I'm going to do the weekly tarot reading. I do have another video up for those who follow me current events. I do have one on the impeachment trial. Just so you know. I know I said I wasn't going to talk about them. I know I said I wasn't. But I'm getting some requests to read that. So, and it always, curiosity gets me. See, that's the one thing about being a reader. You just, something pops up. You're like, oh, let me go get my tarot. I got to see what's going to happen. We get real curious what cards we're going to get. So it was definitely getting to me too. I was very curious what I would get. So that is up. But we're going to talk about, other things, kind of some of the energy that's going on. We just had a full moon in Leo, guys. That was very intense. I know I'm working with some people right now. It was a very illuminating type of moon, very power charged, wolf moon and everything like that. I remember even when I was with my boyfriend on a date and everything, do we even date anymore? 10 years, I guess you call it that. But we were just kind of driving down the road, heading over to get a blizzard. And the moon was it was monstrous. It was yellow and it had that wolf moon look and everything like that. And it was beautiful. And I tried to get a photo with my phone, and you know how it looks like a little speck. So I didn't take a picture. But I wish my camera took better pictures. But you know how anytime you try to capture the moon, it just loses its magic. It's just not worth it. It doesn't happen. But yeah, let's just kind of see, what's kind of some of the messages of spirit. I also got a new oracle deck I'm going to read from you guys. What's the name of it? It is Divine Abundance. Oh, it's a real good deck. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. So I'm going to pull some cards for that too. So this is for the light people, kind of some messages of spirit, what you could kind of look forward to. Let's just kind of see what the cards say. So let me get this shuffled here. Maybe I should put you guys back a little bit. How about that? You're going to be able to see me. Okay, I've got you a little too close to personal. Okay. But yeah, everything's been feeling, God, the air in this country is so much better to me. There's still, I still see turbulence. People are still, butthurt about stuff and things like that. But, it's going to take time, guys. It's going to take time. But I feel like we're in the beginning stages of healing. We can do it. We can do it. And I'm looking forward to it. Things look so much more peaceful on my news feed and things like that. I still see a few things, of course, there's going to be stuff with this trial, but, it's just so nice, I'm so hopeful for the future. I really am. I believe the children are future. I really feel hopeful for the kids once again, and everything. I really do. All right, let's just kind of get into it. I'm really curious what I'm going to get. Well, the children are our future. That is no joke. And everything. That is so true. And that's why we got to, we got to take care of this planet and everything. Let's see what we're going to get. What's some messages for you guys that you can look forward to this week? Okay, cut the deck. So we do have the 5 of coins in the reverse position. So I want you to kind of look at that. The person looks, devastated. They have no money, this and that, and so forth. But there's still that light above. This is the worry card in Thoth. So when it reverses especially, now even when it's upright, help is always on the way. But a lot of you are going to start getting out of this. So those that have really been struggling hard, you're going to start coming out of it. So I hope I can give you some hope in the situation that it's going to get better, especially as we're getting, February and so forth. It's going to be a better month. January is still real hard on some of you guys, definitely, but some of you are really going to come out of it and so forth. And the opposition of the 10 of Cups, I just want to have a happy home life, be able to relax and not worry about all these problems. And I know you're exhausted from that and everything. Of course, of course. I've got the 8 of Wands. 8 of Wands has been my COVID card. It is upright. It is still a problem. Absolutely. I read on COVID and so forth. But what do we got here? So we've got the Tower. So I really feel when I kind of tuned into the tower and COVID, we know that the COVID is our tower. But it was a disaster last year. But I got the Six of Coins. We're going to be getting that relief from the stimulus. I do believe it's going to come in February. You guys know I've read on that and so forth. That is going to be really help. But COVID didn't just impact our health and so forth. It affected our economy and everything else. So I also look, the Six of Coins is not just the stimulus, but the entire bill and really getting the help and everything because everything, just hit so hard in 2020. Of course, we're going to feel the effects of that for a while. Yes, and see the Knight of Coins. So they've got the bill. That kind of makes me feel the bill itself, really, and getting that going and stuff, the money and the funds to be able to handle that and so forth. Now, I do have the Eight of Swords in the reverse position. That makes me feel with the COVID situation, this administration, like somebody talked about, oh my God, he's just going to lock us up in our homes and we'll never get out and everything. Because one of the things the Eight of Swords can feel confined and trapped and so forth. But it is the reverse position. So the administration is figuring out how they can safely go about like getting kids in schools. This is a big thing they're talking about. How do we get kids in schools safely? They're coming up with plans. So it's not that we're going to be trapped in our home, but how can we come out of our homes safely? Now, I've got the King of Cups in the reverse position. King of Cups is Biden. So I feel the reversal is he's come into this administration and he's like, wow, this is a mess. There was no vaccine plan to get these out. There was nothing. So I feel he's, the reversal is he's a little frustrated. He's keeping his cool in public and everything, but he's not happy about this. So he's coming like a wrecking ball and he's trying to fix it. But just imagine this man's job if you had to come and clean up everything. And yes, right next to him is the devil. Just the whole toxic influence which affected the White House and everything else. This man is up against something fierce to be able to fix these problems. So absolutely, absolutely. But getting into that is kind of our influencers of what is going to go on. For the week and everything, I've got the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse position, connecting also to the Five of Pentacles in the reverse position. So some of you are like, how do I get my abundance going on and this and that? I'm really struggling and everything, trying to rob Peter to pay Paul and get everything going on. And I've got the Knight of Cups in the reverse position. So I feel like I had to look at it for a second. It looked funny upside down. But I feel like some of you, are like, what? I haven't been getting my wish. I haven't been getting what I want. But just looking at February, I do really feel optimistic, because there are people in the White House right now trying to do that, and fix that. I've got the Five of Wands in the reverse position. That makes me feel, I know there's people in it, but that just makes me feel the struggle. The conflict, that everything that had been going on. We're still recovering from this, guys. We're still going to recover from all the conflict. So you're still going to see some of it. But yeah, remember what I talked about, being able to come out of our homes and everything like that, and get a little bit of freedom. See that Pisces, that influence. So, we'll be able to get out there safely and so forth. For my intuitives, this is really a time, we want to give the messages of spirit to other people. I know I have a lot of readers who do watch my videos and so forth. So make sure, be giving those messages of spirits, those readings. And, we want to be real. I was just about to say we want to uplift people. We do want to do that. I'm trying to fix you guys. We want to uplift people, but we want to be honest and real. Like if there are certain challenges, prepare them for it and everything. Of course. But I always try to let people know, my readers, do your best to try to find the silver lining. It's got to be there. And that's one of the things I really fight for in a read. Even if everything, like there's struggle, there's financial stuff. I know some of you are struggling that are watching this right now, trying to figure out how can I come out of my home? How can I get my abundance going on? How can I manifest everything I need to manifest? Because I've been struggling. But the silver lining, and if I can find the silver lining, I will. The good thing, that stimulus should be coming in February. I feel it. They're going to battle it out, but we're going to get it and everything. There might be a few amendments to it, but the stimulus is one of the big things. But the coronavirus relief, that is really huge, to really get the funding out there to take care of this with the vaccines and give the medical professionals money and things like that. I've got the Page of Wands in the reverse position in the hopes and fears. So some of you just feel like, energy, you might be a little depleted. I can't get in alignment with my passion and things like that. I've just got so much going on in the world. So I know you're frustrated and so forth. But I look at, here's what we got. It's going to be a little tough week for some of you. I'm going to be straight with you. So I've got the Queen of Wands reversed and I've got the Nine of Pentacles reversed. So one of the things about it, with this energy kind of combined here, as we can kind of feel like getting the abundance and so forth has really been a struggle, and our personal power and so forth, and combining the two, like I feel like I can't manifest. Let me talk about that. I talk to you guys in my videos a lot about gratitude. So it's really important to focus on what we have, even if it's only a little bit. Okay, even if it's only a little bit, really focus on what we have, and then always thank the Spirit for that. Thank you. Thank you. If you want to call it God, the universe, Jesus, Buddha, whatever, whoever you want to, thank somebody. Okay, thank you. Even if it's higher self, whatever it may be, but just, shout out a thank you to whoever you normally speak to. Everybody speaks to someone, don't they? Almost everybody. But I say Spirit. I like to say Spirit. That's better for me and so forth. So once in a while I may throw a name, but thank the Spirit. Thank you for the food. Thank you, I could pay my rent. Thank you that my car is running real good. Always knock on wood for that. I do knock on wood. It is one of the things, I'll never stop doing that. Probably my mother, thanks to her. But just make sure to thank, but also thank in advance for certain things. Thank you for the new job opportunity coming my way. Thank you for the abundances about to come my way. The resources that I need to be able to pay my rent. Thank you. Think in advance. There's something about that opens the door to the abundance, and it really helps with manifest. And then also, if you do like to write your manifestations down and put them on an altar and all that, absolutely. But do not say I need. I allow. I allow abundance. I allow a new job opportunity. I allow my new business to succeed. I now allow love into my life. Whatever it may be, always do it that way. I allow. It doesn't come from a place of lack, neediness, or anything, or there's something missing. See, that's one of the keys. We don't want to do that. I'm going to pull you the new Oracle cards. I got the card Freedom. Now, we were kind of talking about that. One of the things, and this is a big thing, let me address it. I was talking about it in one of my other videos and stuff, like with the mask situation. And a lot of people are so fearful of losing their freedom right now. That's been a big thing. I have to wear a mask. I'm losing my freedom. I can't, I can't go to work. I have no freedom, various things and so forth. But, you're free. You're free. I no longer want this fiery ring of resentment to block the good. Release me from its bonds. Okay? Just, you're free. Oh, this is a free country, guys. But there's always going to be a little bit of limitations with that and so forth. I got the card Sanctity. This has been popping up for me a lot. Through offering, even the most mundane problem can be a sacrament. So I look at that. See, that's another thing. Another way to abundance is to make an offering, in some way. You could even do it. People who have their own tables. You may have a little statue or something. Put a little offering there for it, or make a donation somewhere to something. Sometimes when you put out and you give in some way, it comes back to you. So think about that. I see some of y'all need to talk about your freedom, because I got the card Liberation. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? The doubts or fears still come up for you. Don't believe anymore they're you. So, see, that's the thing. Freedom, liberation. We're not going to lose our rights. We're not going to lose our freedom, guys. Relax on that. For anybody that is fearful of that. I know we have been experiencing a lot of loss. I have had people coming to me even just this past week about losses, COVID losses, and other losses too. I deal with that a lot in the group. So some of you may have experienced a loss if you're watching my videos, and I'm so sorry for your loss. That is one of the things that You know, we really work on, especially with the group, coming together to support each other is really important. But see, there you go, guys, divine abundance. Okay, and that's what I talked to you a little bit of the ways, and that's Lakshmi. She is now that's your go-to. That's your go-to for abundance, definitely. Definitely right there. If you ever want to make an offering, definitely make it to Lakshmi. But especially the hopefully some of those keys to get that abundance going. But just don't, I need this, I need that. I always tell people, don't do that. That's one of the things that really helped me. I used to do that, and then I learned how to kind of fix that, and not sit there. You got to have no doubt in your mind. And see, that's a little bit of that inner power is what I'm kind of talking about. We can't, you have power within you to make these things happen, but you can't doubt yourself. You can't doubt your ability to manifest. Okay, it's real important. And there you go. See? And there's Lakshmi again. Gratitude. A gratitude. That's what I'm talking about. Thanking the spirit. Just like, in India, we got to thank Lakshmi for that abundance that she's about to give. See? I'm telling you, spirit's in tune with me when I read, guys. Spirit knows exactly what I'm talking about and everything. I know a lot of you, we talked about loss and grief. This is really hard. I want to read this card. Tears are what happen when the ice in our heart melts. So that's one of the things with grief. It can get real hard, but then the tears come, and melts everything. Make sure to be practicing detachment and so forth is very important. Don't be so attached to your things. Sometimes the car breaks down. Sometimes we got to move. So try not to be so heavily attached to everything, and always be appreciative of what you have. I'll draw one more. And then, of course, awakening. This is going to be a big year of this. I know many people had an awakening last year. Definitely they became awake and so forth. But many of you, especially going forward in 2021, I always say I don't think there's one big awakening. I have not seen it that way, because we're always new. I've always seen awakening like peeling the layers of an onion, like this. Like, we'll have one awakening, but then there's one that takes you in even further and deeper. So it's a process. It doesn't happen. Well, I shouldn't say it doesn't, because some it does happen all in one swoop. But think of the Buddha. When he first came out of the palace and he saw suffering and death and poverty and the various things, and he had been sheltered from that all his life, that was an awakening moment, right? But then, of course, later, hanging with all the aesthetics and everything, and working on meditation and doing the extremism to try to push, the real big enlightenment awakening, which is a little bit different. He inevitably got that under the Bodhi tree. So that was a different one. See, it's not necessarily just one big moment, but it's a process of peeling, just like even when he had his realization that extremes don't always work, that's not necessarily the way to go about enlightenment. There's somewhere the middle way, and that's one of the things the Buddha taught. The middle way is what he believed. He got to that point. That was also an awakening moment. Oh, these extremes of starving myself and not eating and all that stuff, and not drinking water and just sitting in lotus position, maybe that's not the way. But of course, not just doing whatever you want to do, that's another extreme, and that is actually an extreme by some people in India. Some they just sex or this or that, just let go of any kind of inhibitions and things, that those could be limiting. But he was like, no, the middle way. And so see, that wasn't so there. He went through a process. And that's us. He is us, and that's important to understand. So we peel back this onion layer. It's stages of awakening is what I've found. So yeah, expect that. So for some of you, expect that, going in here and so forth. So it's very positive. You have the ability to change that. And I feel that is, that's going to be my message. I know what I'm going to title my vid now. But I hope you enjoyed your read.